You are not the house that you have. You are not the portfolio of homes that you own. You are not the portfolio of investment that you have. You are not the portfolio of businesses that you own. You are not the seven-figure income that you command on a yearly basis. You are not your billion-dollar status. At the end of the day, you are a human being. If above and beyond all the accolades, all the trophies that you have accumulated so far, you are still wondering who you are, this video is for you. You don't want to miss this one. Dimitri here, let's get right into it. A few years ago, the late psychologist Susan A. Brock was invited to speak to a group of graduating students in the medical field. She showed up dressed up in an amazing way, in a manner that was actually commanding respect. As she stepped onto the lectern and she was getting ready to speak, everyone in the audience could tell that she was someone of significance, because the aura of the presentation was such that we all knew that she was someone amazing. She was taking her time, and as she opened her file and started addressing this group of students, she did something completely unthinkable. She started reintroducing herself to them, telling them everything that she had achieved as far as life is concerned. All the trophies, all the accolades, all the titles, all the letters that were behind her name. She listed them all. And at one point, all the graduating students were completely confused, wondering what exactly was happening. Why was this woman going through a curriculum vitae? Why was she going through a biography? Because at the end of the day, this was not a funeral. So she didn't have to go through all this detail as far as who she was is concerned. And then, at one point, she stopped again. She paused, and she looked them in the eyes. And she stepped back from the lectern. And she reached into the handbag that she had brought. She put down a pair of slippers. She removed the fancy shoes she was wearing and she donned the slippers. She also proceeded to reach into the bag and she got a gown, a hospital gown, that she decided to put on top of the suit that she was wearing. And when people were still trying to figure out exactly what was happening, she removed the wig that she was wearing and she revealed that she had no hair left. Why did she do that? Because she was speaking to a group of graduating students who are now going to go on to become people of importance, significance in the medical field. And she wanted to remind them in her own manner that, yes, I'm a psychologist. I have all this impressive list of achievements as far as my career is concerned. And to top it all, I put together this program called the Flex Care, which was a program intended to help healthcare professionals how to deal with the patients and how to realize that each patient was a unique personality that need to be spoken to in a unique manner. So she wanted in that presentation to remind them that, yes, Despite all the things that I've achieved, look at me. I'm still a human being. Look at me. I'm still one of your patients. So you have to find a way in your dealing with the people in your hospital to really come to see the person for who they are, as opposed to whatever the chart may be telling you. Quite impressive, right? And as a matter of fact, that's exactly how she ended her presentation. She spoke, and she says, quite impressive, right? And then she proceeded now to show them the real person that she was, above and beyond all these things, the thing that she was going through, to remind them that at the end of the day, no matter how amazing a person may look on the outside, everyone is potentially struggling with something. So we have to find a way to develop a sense of empathy when it comes to how to address these people. Let me just park this story for now. Why am I telling you this particular story? Because I didn't want to start with a presentation first. I want to start with a story. Because I just want to highlight the fact that at the end of the day, your identity is the most complex thing that you can ever articulate. Your identity can be one of the most complex projects that you may undertake as far as your life is concerned. Yet it can be the most rewarding. Let me tell you why. Because at the end of the day, just like Susan A. Brock was able to actually demonstrate to the student, you are not the house that you have. You are not the portfolio of homes that you own. You are not the portfolio of investment that you have. You are not the portfolio of businesses that you own. You are not the 7-figure income that you command on a yearly basis. You are not your billion-dollar status. At the end of the day, you are a human being. Because here's the funny thing. If we were to drop all these things that you own, all the things that you have achieved, and to remove any trace of your former life and drop you in the middle of a country where nobody has access to the internet and nobody has ever heard of you, how would you be able to relate to the people that you're going to be coming in contact with? How would you be perceived? That's the key question that you have to always ask yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's the beginning of the most important exercises you can consider as far as who you are is concerned. And the funny thing is, if you are married, I would like just to put it out there, you are not even your spouse. As a matter of fact, the Bible says that the two shall become one. One and one shall become one. The two shall become one. The Bible did not say that, yes, 1 plus 0 equal 1. It did not say that. It says 1 plus 1 equal 1. In order for 1 plus 1 to make 1, each entity, each person coming into the covenant of marriage or relationship has to have a clearly defined sense of identity. They have to know for themselves, who am I? What am I bringing to the table? And this is the reason why it is important for you to take the time to really identify yourself, what your core beliefs are, what your core values are, because these core beliefs and core values are precisely what is now going to dictate your behavior, and your behavior ultimately is going to determine the type of legacy you're going to leave behind. And if you don't take the time to define for yourself what your core values are, what your core beliefs are, you're going to come to a place where you're going to be letting things, external things, define who you are. And this external thing can never give you a sense of permanent identity. They can never let the next generation know who you are. And that's something that you have to only do for yourself. We live in a generation where people have unfortunately started identifying with paper, with money, to the point where certain executive of a very prominent company, they know that the CEO of the company has some proclivities. He loves to indulge in certain things that will otherwise be seen as toxic. But because they know that they've come to a place now where they start identifying with the amount of money they make. They start identifying with the position they own within the company. They'll simply say, yes, whatever the CEO wants to do, if he wants to do that, we're going to do with it, because we don't want to look like a party poopers. So we're going to do anything he wants, as long as we are still the executive within this company. And in the end, what is happening, slowly but surely, they're eroding a sense of who they were truly meant to be. If you really want to make a dent in the universe, you have to come back to a place where you take the time to define for yourself who you truly are.